Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for February 11th. Taking a look at the U.S. Japanese yen pair. This pair closed lower today. We are expecting this pair to move as high as 91.56 and as low as 88.60. Now we are looking for some resistance at 90.74 and looking for support around 90.11 in this particular pair. Now, switching over to the Euro USD, we are expecting this pair formed an inside bar today. We are expecting this pair to move as high as 131.25 and as low as 126.96. Look for some resistance to kick in around 129.60. Look for some support around 128.73. Now, this pair yesterday, we talked about a swing trade that we potentially had, and drawing our trend line here, we did get triggered on this. Unfortunately, we were stopped out at a 50 pip loss for this particular trade. It just went down pretty much 10 pips beyond where we had entered and then pulled back against us. Definitely, I don't believe this will occur, but this is an inside bar. Definitely look for the breakout of the high or the low. I just don't feel comfortable with some of the targets. They're just not, the targets aren't far enough away to justify a trade for this inside bar. Now, if you're a triad trader and you want to, take the short on the lower time frames, as we discussed earlier today, you can feel free to do that. Just wait for the break of the high or the low for that trigger. Now, switching over to the pound USD, this particular pair we're expecting to move as high as 147.23 and as low as 141.04. Look for some resistance around 145.73. Look for support around 142.97. Now, this particular pair, we also had a swing trade that we were looking at. If you notice, there it was hit. But what we were really looking at as far as a trade, I had mentioned that yesterday, but we had an overextended bar, and we looked to sell short at the open there, and it did retrace its gap all the way down here, producing around an 80 pip profit with the overextended bar, and it produced 80 plus pips. So overall, yesterday, not a great day, but 30 pips up between the two trades, not too bad. We did get a break of the swing trade, though. There again, yesterday I wasn't comfortable with the targets. The overextended trade was a much better trade, in my opinion. Now, looking at the U.S. Swiss, this particular pair formed an inside bar today, and this one, if we actually get a break of the low, look to take a short at around the 114.98 level. Look to exit this particular trade around the 114.38 level. This is roughly 60 pips, not a whole lot there, but if we do get a strong move down, then we could get those 60 pips. Now, what I'm really looking for, this pair is basically moving sideways, and the bias is sideways currently. We are expecting this pair to move as high as 117.32 and as low as 114.11. Now, look for some resistance around 116.30 and look for support around 11500 in this particular pair. What another trade that I'm looking at besides this short off of a inside bar, I'm looking at the Euro Japanese yen pair. It formed an inside bar as well today. If you notice here and here, it did not break it. So looking for a break of this session's low, looking for it to tag basically the support line here that was made when those bars opened and closed. And what that looks like is a short at 115.73 and an exit at 114.90. There we go. and that is looking for 83 pips is what we're doing with this one. Feel a little bit more comfortable with this one. If the market pushes lower, we should see it come on down to this point, especially considering we had previous support here and here that should be broken. Once it's broken, we should get a run down pretty quick. Well, we have the pound had their jobless claims change for January released today, and it was better than expected at 73.8K from 79.9K. Looking forward, the Eurozone has their industrial productions for December being released at 5 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Consensus is that it is down from negative 1.6% to negative 2.5%. We also have the U.S. advanced retail sales for January being released at 8:30. Consensus on that one is that it has increased from negative 2.7% up to negative 0.8%, which would be a jump in retail sales, and that would be good news for the U.S. dollar. Remember, that's one of the 5 big news announcements for the U.S. dollar. We also have the New Zealand dollar releasing their retail sales for the fourth quarter, and that's being released at 4:45 p.m. Look for the consensus is that it has increased from negative 0.9% to negative 0.4%. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.